Let me ask you a question. What movie would you consider to be a masterpiece? Some of you might be saying The Godfather, or Schindler's List, or The Shawshank Redemption. You basic bitch. You don't know what a masterpiece is. You've never seen a real masterpiece. Let me be your guide into the world of what a true masterpiece is. Oh yeah, we're looking at the good shit now.
Moonwalk magic!
So Dragon Ball is one of my favorite things ever. I fucking love this franchise, and I especially love it when it is just absolutely fucking stupid. Now there's one side to this franchise that I think in particular really harnesses the sheer stupidity that this series can have in the most fun way imaginable. And that's through the live action films. Yes, I said films.
That'll come out soon.
And all of them sort of attempt to adapt the first arc of Dragon Ball in their own little way, you know? We got an unlicensed Korean adaptation, then we got an unlicensed Taiwanese adaptation, and then we got a licensed American adaptation. Oddly enough, the one that was actually licensed and not a ripoff ended up being the fucking worst, but you know, we'll get to that. These movies are bizarre because, again, they take this ideal of adapting that first arc in Dragon Ball, but they all do it in wildly different fashions. And they're also all absolutely fucking batshit insane. So join me as we discuss these absolutely wonderfully insane things. Alright, so first up we have the South Korean unlicensed movie called Dragon Ball Fight Son Goku, Win Son Goku. What a fucking bizarre title. I mean, it definitely has a lot more personality than fucking Dragon Ball Evolution. Boring ass shit. Get out of here. Before watching this movie and deciding to make this video, the thing that convinced me to do it was a single Letterboxd review that said Puar smokes in this movie. That alone sold me on this. And yep, there he is. Smoking a cigarette, and oh my god, Oolong. Look at Oolong, dude. They just put him in a fucking mascot helmet and just said, there you go. Fucking have at it. Something that's kind of interesting to note here, out of every single one of these live action Dragon Ball movies, this one is the most faithful. It generally does try to follow along, like, the plot beats of the manga and anime, like, pretty accurately in terms of how they play out, despite also being what appears to be the lowest budget of these movies. This shit was made for pennies. Look at what Kame House looks like. I'm not fucking kidding. It is just a straight up cardboard cutout against a fucking wall. It's beautiful. I love it. Now with that in mind, it's not like a 100% faithful fucking like adaptation. Emperor Pilaf is here. For some reason, he's like fucking Palpatine shooting lightning out of his fucking fingers. You know, there's a Saiyan here. He's wearing Frieza soldier armor. Don't know why. That is interesting. So according to the wiki, apparently this is supposed to be Nappa? He looks more like Raditz, but alright. Something you'll also notice while watching it is that while it is following the events of the show and the manga, it's not really presenting it well at all. Like, they are straight up bits here where they just completely skip out on the context. Like in the OG Dragon Ball, there's a bit where Goku is sleeping, and then when he wakes up, moves up to lay on like Bulma's lap. And when he lays down, he notices Bulma doesn't have any balls. Now, Goku is very naive, of course, and he assumes that every person has balls. So when he sees that Bulma doesn't have balls, he freaks the fuck out and he starts screaming, Bulma! Your balls are missing! And you know, of course, Bulma immediately assumes Goku is talking about the Dragon Balls, gets up in a panic, and then goes to check them. In the movie, they completely cut the line where Goku starts screaming about her missing her balls. So he'll lay there and then he just freaks out, and Bulma then wakes up, then gets paranoid and runs over to check the balls. But he never said, Bulma, your balls are missing. So it's just like, as a viewer, if you have not seen the original Dragon Ball, you're gonna be watching that and you're gonna be like, what the fuck is she talking about? Did I miss something? And the movie is full of shit like that. Now, normally, this would be a bad thing for a movie, but in this case, it makes it exceptional. Because of this lack of context, it really just makes all the batshit stuff hit even harder. If you've seen the original Dragon Ball, you know that when Bulma and Goku meet, she basically shoots him in the face because he picks up her car and he fucking chucks it because he thinks the car is a monster that's like trying to kill him. So then she gets out and she blasts him in the fucking head. In the movie, she fully stops the car. She gets out to see him. He shows a little bit of resistance towards her verbally, and then she fucking shoots him with what looks like an MP5 for just no fucking reason. He didn't do shit in this version. In the show, he flipped her fucking car. Here, she just decides, fuck it, let me shoot him. Oh my god, and this movie has so many just shots where Goku is doing the most insane fucking just Power Rangers ass backflips. It is so fun. If you find Power Rangers fights and shit like that charming, then you'll get a very good kick out of this movie, I think. I would have to say this movie honestly does like get the characters down genuinely pretty well. Like it feels like this is something that was made by people who like Dragon Ball. The way Goku and Bulma act in this movie is like pretty much what I would have expected from like live action versions of these characters, you know?
바다 거북이 내가 즐기는 음식이다.
이거 이제 난 죽었다.
보고가 빨리 거북이 줘 빨리.
메롱 안 되지롱 메롱.
Which is surprising. There was oddly a lot more respect for the source material here than what you would expect. I also really love just how fucking scuffed this movie is. Like, it's very obvious they're just filming in random ass places outside. It doesn't feel like they're in like another world. They're just like cosplaying outside. It's really charming. The way they have to pull off the effects sometimes are really fun to see. Like, I don't even know what they did here. Did they just have some guy underground shooting off a fucking flamethrower? You know what, that's my headcanon for how they did this. The batshit stuff in this movie really is something to behold. It's wonderful. I love the whole robot fight. Oolong gets a lot of action in this, and for some fucking reason, at the end of the movie, him and Goku both do a Kamehameha to beat Emperor Pilaf. Oolong was never shown to be capable in any way whatsoever up to this point. Every time he tries to fight, he fucking sucks ass. But he can just do a Kamehameha now. Just fuck it, why not, I guess. It's because of the turtle. The turtle gave him the power. You should watch this movie. I am not kidding. Watch it. It is for free on YouTube. It is fucking hilarious. If you love so bad that it's good movies, this will fucking tickle your funny bone. I fucking love it. I'm probably gonna rewatch it. It is so much fun. However, though, it is a hard number 2 compared to the next live-action film that came out literally just 1 year after the Korean movie. Buckle the fuck up, buckaroo, because it's gonna get fucking crazy. So now we are on to the Taiwanese Dragon Ball movie, and this is how it starts. Doesn't anyone else just love being alive right now? This is just such a perfect beginning for this movie. It tells you everything you need to know about what you are about to watch. I mean, you gotta love how they just call it Dragon Ball the Ultimate Edition as well. They knew this movie was the shit. Something very bizarre about this movie is that it actually got an English dub.
This dragon pearl is a treasure in our village.
You mean Dragon Balls.
Shh! You wanna get sued?
This movie doesn't actually utilize the names of the characters, most likely because they were just trying to avoid any legal issues. That being said, I do find it bizarre that you decided to call them Dragon Pearls when the movie is still called Dragon Ball. Kind of seems like that was a little fucking pointless. But there's a bunch of very funny different names. For instance, Gohan is named Sparkle. They just call Goku Monkey Boy in this. See, it doesn't even make sense in this version, because Goku doesn't even have a fucking tail in this movie. Master Roshi is literally just called Turtle or Turtle. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I was reading King Horn and Turtle Man at the same time. So for a second, I thought fucking Roshi was called Turtle Horn in this movie. Jesus Christ. Master Roshi is Turtle Horn. I still fucking called him Turtle Horn. Jesus Christ. His name is Turtle Man. It's Turtle Man. Master Roshi is Turtle Man, okay? I got fucking brain damage or something. Yamcha is Westwood, and he carries around a big fucking LMG. Oolong is just Piggy. And then the main antagonist of the movie is actually an original character named King Horn. Despite the changes to their names, the characters are generally pretty much like how you'd expect them to be. Goku's still a dumbass who doesn't really know shit. Yamcha's a bandit still. Master Roshi is here in all his glory, baby. This is definitely the most faithful Roshi we will ever get. He's super fucking cartoonish. He practically is just a live-action cartoon character in this. They even have his fucking eyes do the bazongas. Oh boy. And then we have Oolong.
I want this big lady here. Oh, it hit me, sir. I'll call you master, okay? Sir, I'm very good at kissing asses, you know that. I can make you feel very special.
So I don't know what the ideal for Oolong here was. I guess they decided to just take Mr. Popo and slap him onto Oolong. I don't know. Fuck. What's extra fucking weird about this is that this isn't like his normal form. So this is how he looks throughout most of the movie. So I don't know what the fuck they were doing here. This was just, they just said, fuck it, let's put him in blackface. Needless to say, this was the last thing I was fucking expecting to see. Also, the movie has some weird back-ass logic to make him and Goku brothers.
I'm the 91st descendant of the Pig Fairy, sir.
Grandpa said, I'm the 91st descendant of the Monkey King.
Oh, so that means centuries ago, your ancestor and mine were brothers. Hey, so that makes us brothers.
It was basically this movie's excuse to have Oolong be along for the ride. Because he's like, oh yeah, he's my brother. I'm gonna turn around as a good guy now and be with him. Oh, by the way, Puar is also a parrot. So this one is also a adaptation of the first arc of Dragon Ball, but it has a bit of a different story going on. The movie starts with King Horn coming from fucking space and committing a bunch of war crimes. I love his two little henchmen that he has. One of them looks like the Terminator, and the other one looks like she's from fucking Gem and the Holograms. And of course, you know, they're here in search of the Dragon Balls to wish for, I think, just power? I don't remember. What the fuck did he want?
The whole of the heavenly, but the whole of the universe will be under my control.
Why does he kind of sound like the comic book guy from The Simpsons?
Rest assured that I was on the internet within minutes, registering my disgust throughout the world.
He ends up kidnapping Monkey Boy's grandpa. And then Monkey Boy teams up with Bulma and they gotta go do the thing and collect the balls. Something that's immediately apparent with this one is that there is just clearly a lot more money going into this one. This movie's got a good variety in like locations compared to the last one. In the South Korean one, there was only really ever a couple actors on screen at once. This one, you got whole crowds of people running around. I absolutely fucking love the action in this one. It is so nuts. They fucking cranked this shit up to 90, dude. They're doing all sorts of fucking crazy shit, flying around, fucking kung fu mastery and all that shit. It's beautiful. I love it. This one is definitely not trying to be as faithful as the last one. It's clearly taking that story and like just doing its own thing, most likely due to legal reasons. Like, it's still following the basic plot, right? But it's just doing it in such a unique way. This movie is a comedic masterpiece. I'm just gonna point out a bunch of shit I thought was really fucking funny. And if you don't want all the funny shit to be spoiled for you, you know, watch it. It's for free on YouTube too. I'm telling you, if you love so bad that it's good movies, watch this. You will be fucking ecstatic. You and get a bunch of your buddies, get fucking drunk. You're gonna fucking love it. You don't even have to be a Dragon Ball fan to enjoy it. Although it's a fuck of a lot funnier if you are. I really fucking love that both of the ripoff movies have Bulma fucking shooting Goku with what appears to be a fucking MP5.
My God, what's that?
Like, how the fuck did they both do that? I fucking love the stupid fucking English dub. All the voice acting is just so bad in the most fun way imaginable. Like, they're all bringing a really high amount of, like, energy to it. You know, like, they're actively trying, but they're also talking like that, huh, ha, look at you, I will defeat you now, ha! Kind of way, that classic, like, anime dub fucking kind of voice acting from Speed Racer. And it's just so fucking funny. I love it.
Why should your chest be bigger? Hey, can I take a look?
Hey, you can't touch me.
My grandpa said that too. He said a boy mustn't touch a girl. He said that those who do are called
Rapists!
That's right.
Grandpa Gohan in this is always making this fucking dumbass face. I don't know why he's doing that. It's so good looking though. It's like the fucking LA Noire face. I'm not gonna lie, I'm literally just running through footage and recapping what I like about it. But like, hold on. I just pulled up and like at a specific frame. And this is the fucking face that he's just making from a distance. The entire action scene between Goku and his grandpa here is wonderful. There's literally a point where Goku just starts using a burrowing technique like he's fucking Bugs Bunny.
Burrowing technique.
Yeah, and then he throws him down a fucking well. At the fucking end of the movie, Oolong just turns into fucking Rambo. And the way they kill the fucking blonde lady in this movie is just, it's kind of fucking brutal. It's so cold and sudden. They fucking nuke the blue guy. And I completely fucking forgot the way they beat the fucking Horn King is they just force feed him a fucking Dragon Ball and they summon Shinron from inside of him. What a fucking creative way to kill the villain. This is a team who cares, goddammit. And Shenron, man. Shenron. He's so beautiful in this. His fucking voice. Like, when you think of Shenron, you think of that deep dragon voice. He sounds imposing. He just sounds like some fucking dude here.
You are all only granted one wish. So what do you wish for?
And as the credits roll, there is one more beautiful fight that is completely CGI between Yamcha and Goku. Oh, I love this movie. I should just do like a fucking watch party video of this. I'm not even kidding. I really should. I cannot believe this movie has not been more talked about. I know Team 4-Star talked about it, and I think Totally Not Mark also like covered it in a short. But like, Jesus Christ, more people need to be talking about this movie. This is fucking comedic gold, you guys. There's an actual landmine of content here. Fucking take advantage of it. Alright, before we get on to this, let me just clarify something. This black paint here, and here, this was because I was painting. I swear I was not trying to cosplay as Oolong in The Magic Begins, okay? Alright, we're clear on that? Okay, we're good? Alright. Honestly, now that I'm sitting here and thinking, what do you want me to say? It's fucking Dragon Ball Evolution. Everyone who has ever watched this movie has shat on it. Everybody who has watched it understands why it's shit. To be honest with you, the angriest I got about the whole experience with this movie was the fact that I had to pay for it. I mean, it was only $5, but like, you wouldn't pay $5 to get shat in your mouth, would you? No, you wouldn't, unless you're a fucking you're a freaky dude like that. The anticipation of the movie was worse, you know?
사람은 말이야. 상상 얘기에 있어서 비겁해지는 거래.
And then when I sat down and I actually watched it, I didn't feel a single bit of anger the entire time. I was just sitting there and I was like, or I was like, ha ha ha. It's so bad it's good. Yeah, I'll say that. It's not even in the same league as being anywhere near as funny as the other two, but it's still kind of funny. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to justify this movie's existence. This is a horrible piece of shit that actively ruined people's lives. Most of the people involved with this production either get very little work, were sent to TV, or actually got blacklisted from Hollywood. And it's so fucked up because most of the staff was misled into believing that this was a bigger production than it actually was. Hell, James Masters got fucking injured while filming the fucking movie. The writer made a public apology for a script that wasn't even actually his, just so that way he could stay in the good graces with the fucking executives that worked on the movie, and they still blacklisted him. He did eventually resend that apology, and his original script got leaked online. I don't want to get into all of that. I just want to talk about the dumb movie. So that was a fucking lie. So I really couldn't help myself here. I ended up reading it just because I was too damn curious. And you know, before reading it, there was like a small part of me that was like kind of hopeful of like, oh, well, you know, the final version was shit, but you know, the original version of the script, I imagine, would have at least been, you know, like a solid like 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 script or something, you know, nothing too bad or anything. You know, I was living with that ideal in my mind that like there was a world where the final version of Dragon Ball Evolution could have just been like fine, could have been alright. After reading the script though, I am now thoroughly convinced that there's no world in which this would have turned into a legitimately good movie under this like specific development. Now I don't know how much of it would be necessarily Ben Ramsey's fault. I don't know if he had an outline for specific things that needed to be in the movie, but like man, this script was just not good. It is incredibly lame and cliched. The script still has Goku going to high school and shit, so I would have to assume that was an ideal on Ramsey's part. Again, that could be one of those things that he was just required to do from producers. I have no clue, but it is a decision that I just fucking hate. I do not like that decision at all. The script has things that annoyed me that weren't actually present in Evolution. To be honest with you, I was more annoyed reading this script than I was watching the fucking movie. Goku and Yamcha and Bulma have like a fucking love triangle in this one. It's really dumb. They have that whole third act breakup scene where they get manipulated into splitting up by fucking Mai. There's a lot here that is just super fucking lame. And it's not like it's all bad. There are certain things that I think are like fine adaptation wise. Like, I don't mind that Pilaf delivers the information to Goku that he is the Ozaru and that he came from space. I think that's a fine way to condense information for this movie. It's not something that I really care for, but it's like, I think it makes sense here. I like that Pilaf, Mai, and Shu are all here and they're working to bring back the Demon King Piccolo. And also, reading this script made me realize I don't think anyone's actually read this script aside from me, because I've seen videos where people talk about the script and they're like, oh yeah, the twist is that Pilaf is actually Piccolo. And it's like, no, it's not. That is not what happens in this script. Why are you saying that? Where did you get that from? Pilaf resurrects King Piccolo. You can see that Piccolo is standing, and it specifically says Pilaf drops to his knees in reverence to their king. And then they also have individual lines. Like, I don't know how anyone could have read this script and then gotten the interpretation that Pilaf turned into Piccolo, because that is not the case at all. But again, like I said, a lot of the core issues that I have with Dragon Ball Evolution are still present in this script. If you were ever wondering, oh, maybe this movie would have been good if the original script was used, you can put that thought to rest, because the truth is, it would have still been a pretty bad adaptation, no matter what. Now, of course, if they had like the $100 million budget, maybe it could have been like a well-made movie, you know, like it still could have been better. Like, even though I think the script is still bad, I do think it's better. Things actually feel naturally developed in this script somewhat. Sure, it's like cliche and lame, but you know, it's like an actual script. Like, it feels like there was actual thought throughout the whole thing. put into it. But regardless if they had the money and this was the script they ended up going with, it still just would not have been a movie that I would have liked very much at all. Unless it was like super well made, but I don't know, man. It's just speculation at that point. Okay, while I was looking up some shit, I found something interesting that I wanted to share about the movie in the Wikipedia article. So it says in 1995, Jackie Chan had expressed some interest in adapting Dragon Ball into a live-action film. It seems it wasn't made due to the fact that it would have required an enormous budget. And apparently, Akira Toriyama had said that if they were going to do a live action back when Jackie Chan was still young, that he would have been the ideal actor for Goku. Apparently, this movie got tossed around by quite a few different people, too. Fucking Robert Rodriguez of Sin City and Spy Kids fame was head to direct it. Fucking Zack Snyder was offered this? What the fuck? Right here it says Ben Ramsey, the writer of Dragon Ball Evolution. His first draft was deemed too expensive to shoot, and in the end, he wrote about 5 different drafts of the script following notes from the studio. And Wong wrote the last draft. So James Wong was the one who ended up writing the final draft of the movie. Note, that still doesn't mean that this movie was like James Wong's fault, right? Because as it said, this screenplay was already changed a fucking nuts amount of times to fit more in line with what the producers wanted. Oh, Wong deliberately decided to be uncredited as the co-screenwriter. You know what? I don't fucking blame him. I wouldn't want credit for this shit either. I mean, I know how it's affected Ben Ramsey's life. That just sucks, man. Like, he got fucking full-on blacklisted because of this. And he really didn't deserve it. I almost wonder if he had decided to be anonymous as the writer, or gone under an alias, if he would have ended up okay. I don't know, that's just me theorizing about shit. Different production costs have been reported by various sources. In January 2008, Master spoke to TV Guide that he was told the film had a budget of approximately $100 million. In 2009, the Spanish television station Telecinco reported that the budget was $50 million. Masters would later claim that the film had a $30 million budget. Okay. So Masters was under the impression that this was going to be a $100 million movie. Then it turned out to be significantly lower. I imagine if he was under that impression, then a lot of the other casts were probably under that impression. Most of the crew was probably under that impression. So again, that just goes back to what I was saying, that they were misled. I didn't know about this. Akira Toriyama had expressed surprise at Dragon Ball Evolution and suggested fans treat it as an alternate universe version of his work. But in 2013, in an interview Toriyama had done, he revealed that he felt the script did not capture the world or the characteristics of his series and was bland and not interesting. So he cautioned and gave suggestions for changes, but the Hollywood producers did not heed his advice. This right here is a quote from Toriyama, and just as I thought, the result was a movie I cannot call Dragon Ball. So I had never known that Toriyama did actually give suggestions. I didn't think he had any involvement whatsoever, or any oversight, or any, like, input whatsoever. So the fact that he gave input, and they still just, like, did not listen to the man, it makes this so much fucking worse. I did know about this quote here, but I'm still just gonna read it out, just for people who haven't. This is from Toriyama. I had put Dragon Ball behind me, but seeing how much that live-action film ticked me off, and how I revised that script for the anime movie, and complained about the quality of the TV anime, I suppose somewhere along the line, it's become a series I like too much to ever leave alone. So yes, basically what he said here is that he came back to the series because this movie was so shit. Never have I seen a film that is just so blatantly embarrassed to be related to the thing that it is adapting. Like, it just reeks of not understanding the original in every single facet. From things like Goku caring about women and relationships, to how fucking lame the world is. Dragon Ball has such a cool sci-fi aesthetic, and they just decided to do the most basic and lame thing here. Not even the Capsule Corp technology is here. For Bulma's vehicle, they have it be like this weird fucking transformer motorcycle, but it's just like, I'm surprised they didn't go with the capsules anyways, because they're actively just a cheaper method of producing that effect. Every name that is given, every character that is featured only is related to their original versions in name alone. Well, I guess Roshi's a little bit of a pervert. Yeah, I don't know if I really need to like dig into the nitty-gritty on why this one is so shit. I mean, just look at it. I will, however, say that I just don't think it's a movie that's really worth hating anymore. Not just because it's so old, right? Like, you can hate something regardless of its age. That doesn't really matter to me. But it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, I've known about it for so long. I've experienced it. I've seen so many people shit on it. Now it's kind of to the point where I'm just able to just sit back and look at it as just, oh yeah, this did happen. It's not worth my energy to get angry over, you know? Any bit of resentment I had for it, it's just kind of gone over my head, and I can just enjoy it as being a terrible movie, you know? That being said, don't get this confused. I'm not gonna rewatch this anytime soon. I'll probably never rewatch this one, honestly. The other two? Oh yeah, I'm gonna rewatch those for sure. Those are fucking awesome. I love those two. They're fucking hilarious. This one's just like a I also find it very funny that this movie ends with the fucking sequel bait as well. It's something all of these like bad adaptations do. Welcome to Raccoon City did it. M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar. I don't think it did it in the after credit scene, but it did sequel bait. It's very funny to watch movies like these and know that they'll never get the sequel, and then to look back at it and be like, wow, they really thought they were gonna get a sequel for this. Jesus. I would say this compared to like those other movies though is far worse. I can't even believe the producers on this movie legitimately thought, oh yeah, let's tease a fucking sequel, when they legitimately had no faith in the project or the franchise whatsoever. So it's just very bizarre to me that they even thought they could get away with that, right? Like, at least like Welcome to Raccoon City and the fucking M. Night Shyamalan Avatar movie resemble the thing that they're adapting, right? Like, you can't tell me this does not look like fucking Claire Redfield, and you can't tell me that this doesn't look like an environment that would be in Avatar. There's at the very least something here that resembles it. In Dragon Ball Evolution, you got the balls. That's about it. It's easily the worst adaptation ever. And it's not just the worst adaptation because it's different or because of the changes. It's the worst because it's changes that directly disrespect the original source material. And it's also just a shit movie. Like, this could have been a faithful adaptation, and if it was made to this same quality, it still would have sucked ass. It wouldn't have been like the major disrespectful piece of shit that it was, but it still would have been bad. I definitely don't hate it anymore, like I said, but it's also not a movie that I have any respects for at all. And while I can enjoy it as a so bad it's good movie, again, it doesn't hold a candle to those other two. They are so much funnier. To conclude this video, I leave this to you. Watch those two live-action Dragon Ball movies. At least watch The Magic Begins. If you genuinely love So Bad It's Good movies, you need to watch it. I'm telling you, it's fucking awesome. I laughed my fucking ass off harder at this movie than I have like any actual fucking comedies I've watched in what feels like fucking forever. It is the very best kind of So Bad It's Good. It truly is. I love it. And I do also love the Korean one. Anyways, thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If you like, I have a whole playlist of Dragon Ball videos on my gaming channel, Genghis D, where I play Sparking Zero and Fighters. Dakota, I'm gonna come down there and slap your fucking shit in. You know, if you want, you can go ahead and go watch those. I appreciate it. I also have a Letterboxd if you wanna check that out. Have yourself a good day. Bye.